It's a pleasurable day in the city of Abuja, and you're tuned into Housing TV Africa. The program is Inside Real Estate. Today's topic is on the perspective of the agent in real estate. The Ebonyi State government has announced a ban on house and land agents effective from January. Welcome back to Inside Real Estate on Housing TV Africa, right here in the city of Abuja. Our guest today is a real estate agent, a facilitator, in the person of Miene Ibie Senibo. Welcome to Inside Real Estate.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for having me today. I'm grateful and opportunity to be here, and I'm looking forward to dealing on the topic on the issues of agencies and factors that affects housing issues.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I remain your host, Raymond Ken Mbata. Let's dive into the details of today's conversation, starting with the questions for today. We intend to look into the roles that agents play in real estate. I mean, why can't someone just go directly to the owner of a property and pay and take possession? Why does a middleman need to be there? Sometimes they play little or no role. And we want to know really exactly. I've asked lawyers this question, I've asked developers this question, and you are an agent and a facilitator. Why do we need agents in real estate?
Okay, that's a beautiful question, I would have to say. It's pretty easy for you, if you had the information, to go directly to the owner of a house and knock on the door and say, I want to rent your property, I want to lease your property. But one of the key values or the key important things an agent does is, first of all, he has the access to the information, and that information is one of the key valuable things in which he's bringing over to you. Another thing is, because of the standard of an agent comes across and he supplies you with a good network, like it's a connectivity thing. So you have, picture this as a marketer. You have a product, you don't have the buyers. So there's a high demand for something, and then the supply of it, you don't have the distribution channel. That is one of the major roles an agent comes in and he plays. So that is why an agent is needed in the real estate market. That is why they are present in the real estate market. They are the connectivity link between the buyer and the seller, the buyer and the landlord, to be fair.
All right. Be that as it may, we are going into an AI world.
Okay.
I mean, a little search on AI, a little question to the AI can as well give us locations. Why do we need a human to be in between when the information technology age and the advancements in tech? Why should we still rely on human agents to procure and secure landed properties if we have direct access to the owners?
To answer that question, I would like to, using Nigeria as a case study, first of all. One of the issues we have is, say, the regulatory bodies. Yeah, the regulatory bodies are present. The Nigeria Institute of Estate Surveyors and Nigeria Institute of Estate Surveyors. As much as they are present, there is no landmark guidelines of the standards in which to be used to find properties, and there is no general space in which for like all listings of properties to be present. I mean, we're in the information age, and I mean, sooner rather than later, such things will be provided. But for the meantime, we agents, we stand as a link to such information. And I mean, obviously, like you said, it's the information age, and if you are not going to, as an agent or as a person, if you're not going to grow with the technology, you tend to fall behind. So there are platforms in which people have their listings, and if you go online, you see it, and then you will still have to find a way to make contact. Agents also stand in the role of ensuring the legitimacy and help with negotiation, not negotiating for the landlord and the client, but as an agent, you sometimes tend to be a facilitator for one party, or based on your information, you're a transparent link for both parties. Because not all parties, not all landlords, for example, want to find the client directly. Imagine, say, you own a property in a high-ended area, and imagine you sitting down there every day receiving phone calls back to back to back. It could tend to disrupt your business flow. So then you have your agent who stands as your backing. It could be your legal guide. It could be any form of relationship in which you've built, but that agent stands as your bona fide persona for such information. So that's a major role they play, even in the information age.
Okay, in your experience in the real estate business as an agent, as a facilitator, have you had situations where maybe some of your clients have made searches via the web or via social media, and you had to make the final link and completion of the deal?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I've had situations in which they had gone online, say Gigi, for example. They found some listings, and now trying to make contact, you find out, oh, okay, this listing has already been sold out, and you then make a call to, because of there is no real um, um, for lack of better words, there is no regulatory body. So every Tom, Dick, and Harry can come out and say they're an agent, and then you then go pay viewing fee for this, for that, and then you find out the property is no more available. So it's not trying to find personnel that are trustworthy and have integrity. And I mean, it's not written on the face, but as a brand, we try to come up and be as truthful and a source of integrity for as much as possible.
Okay. But talking about fraudulent and fake agents, it pops up times without number.
Absolutely.
Yes, and people get defrauded, people get scammed.
Absolutely.
How do you address such issues? Because it also affects the bona fide and the real agents, the activities of the scammers amongst the agents also pose as a risk for those that are also into the business professionally. So
Absolutely.
what can be done to be able to identify the fraudulent and fake ones, and those clients that have been defrauded? Are there measures that they can take against those that have defrauded them to be able to recover whatever they've lost.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, like I was trying to state earlier, speaking of the regulatory bodies, the two major regulatory bodies we know in Nigeria concerning real estate is the Estate of Surveyors, the Registration Board, and the Institute of Estate of Surveyors and Valuers. And trying to say this at the end of the day will be my opinion, because I am in no legal authority to create any laws or backing. But if these bodies could create a standard, let's say a registry process to be a certified agent, or a certified valuer, then it curbs down the randomity of every agent that could come up on board. And also, for people that have been defrauded and lost money in search of properties, and even sold fake lands and found out the papers are fake, or then the land has been sold to two, three, four other persons. There are laws that guide that. If you check the criminal code, there are laws for people that commit theft, because that there is theft, that commit fraudulent. There are laws guiding that, so it's to use the appropriate channels and follow up on such issues. And being in a country like Nigeria, in which we hope our law can be a whole lot more vibrant and our judicial system is active, if such cases are reported and are followed up with due process, the chances to get your money back are high, because equity should suffer no loss.
Okay, okay. Concerning profit, I know everybody is in it to make money,
Absolutely.
but exorbitant rates. I mean, we read from the onset the case in study that the Ebonyi State governor had to place a ban which will take effect from January the 1st, 2026. I mean, you see agents making as much as 500,000 naira for lands or for rents
Yeah.
that they have no stake in, apart from the fact that
They sold out
are the
information.
guiding agents.
Yeah.
And you come across such cases where almost 70% of the initial rent is what is being asked for by the agent. So you get somebody almost paying double of what he actually paid for the rent itself. What's your take concerning exorbitant fees and rates by agents?
Now, personally, there are two major ways to look at it. First of all, a role of an agent is also to negotiate and to verify the documentation. So sometimes in the form of negotiation, people tend to take advantage. It's like going to the market to buy tomatoes. You could go to this guy and price a basket of tomatoes for 2,000 naira. And then because he looks at you and sees, okay, he should be able to afford more than this, they sell it at a higher rate. And because of your lack of knowledge or because of your desperation, you could take the deal. Right? But now for, say, for example, facilitation fee and agency fees, because it is still a service being rendered, no matter how minute it might look as just transferring the information from one person to the other or helping negotiate the deal. The real truth of it is, it boils down to the negotiation. There are some people take 1% for agency fees, some people take up to 10%. Is there should there be a flat rate? Yes. Are there laws that state this? Not to my knowledge. So if there was a flat rate fee that is approved by the estate valuers, the National Estate Valuers Commission, and that stands, I mean, if anyone is doing beyond that, then it should be checked. But because of how vague the market is, you then see that people tend to go above and beyond and try to take advantage of personals that are in search for information and in search for such.
And would you say that the action taken by the Ebonyi State Governor, Governor Winfrey,
Okay.
Governor Francis Winfrey of Ebonyi State, would you say that it's extreme? Because other state governors could do that to protect the business environment.
Absolutely. I don't think it's extreme. But it's you can't rub from Peter to pay Paul. You can't take food from one man's mouth because of, I mean, based on utilitarianism and for the greater benefit of all. I would understand that. I don't think it's extreme. But like I said earlier, what we can do, what I think should be done, should be set a standard regular rate. Say, okay, for properties, what so and so amount, a going rate should be 10%, should be 5%, for so and so should be this percent, or a proper negotiation. Okay, for a living testimony, my own instance was, I've been in a situation where I made sale of a property, and the agreed deal for facilitation was 1%, and it was valuable for me because as a businessman, I rather see you have a good deal done, and I then could get more referrals. I could then get, then a person of standard integrity. And then even what was given off as a gift was a whole lot more than the 1%. But that is on the buy side. That is not an official deal. But the official deal was a 1% agreement. And that was fair enough for me. I mean, there are other people in which would have argued 1%, no, I can't take that. And as at that 1%, you then lose the full deal, lose the buyer, lose the landlord. Maybe you might not lose the landlord because of your direct affiliations, but you have to know how to place yourself properly in a place of negotiation and know when to draw the line and not let your greed run the market for you.
Okay, concerning agency in real estate in Abuja,
Yes, sir.
how is business?
Business it's opening up. It's opening up, I would have to say. As a brand, me and my team, we have trying to get some more developers to open up some more areas, because as you can see, Abuja is opening up and there are people moving in every day. So it's trying to get allocation to build up on some more properties, put up more, create a stable platform to have information of going properties. And if you have your listings, you can come list directly as a landlord, just through our agency brand. It's such steps like that we're trying to take going forward, so that we can have a more stable market.
Okay, concerning the future of this business agency in real estate, where do you see real estate agents being in the new world? Let's say in the coming 20 years, what can be done to stabilize, or what can be done for real estate agents to be able to meet up with the changing terrain that we are involved, or we find ourselves in?
Like you rightly said, we are in the information age. So being in the information age, if you wait for the information to come and meet you and not seek for it, you're already at the back end. I can say, for example, people that knew about Bitcoin at the launch of it and had no knowledge on how to assess it, had no interest in the value of it. Right now, the crave in it is, today one Bitcoin that was less than $1,000 is over $100,000. So values as such in the next 20 years in the real estate market, I mean, there should be platforms in which there's a stable inflow of all listings. I mean, people do list on newspapers, yes. People do list on GG and other platforms, yes. But say, and with time going by, there will be more developments for more standardized listings. And also with the regulatory bodies, there should be maybe proper training for agents. If because this is not just, I mean, we're in Nigeria and everything is a hustle, but it's not just a hustle, it's a career path. There are people that make a living from it. There are people that end up setting up agencies, end up learning to develop, and also could go into school. So there should be a standardized training for any agent that wants to push forward into such career paths. Now, such things will help stabilize and reduce fraudulent activities within the market.
Okay. Finally, give me 2 or 3 other states that are hot in the market of real estate, apart from Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Abuja.
Okay, to my knowledge, I do know Kogi is opening up a whole lot more now, with a lot of developments going there. Even if, I mean, Nigeria is not safe to go by road as much, but if you move by road over the past 3-4 years, you can see the development there. The standard of architecture has been evolved. The individuals there are now interested, and also the proximity to other areas, that is a very solid place to build. Another good place would be Enugu. Enugu too is another beautiful place for investment in real estate, because of the markets, because of the population, and the standard of architecture too is also evolving. It's no more as archaic as we see on our normal 2-block and triangular roofing, and so those are 2 major areas that also major cities that are growing in development.
Okay, that's the much we can take on Inside the Real Estate on Housing TV Africa, and we have been discussing on the topic, the perspective of the agents in real estate. Our guest today has been or is a facilitator and a land agent, in the person of Miene Ibie Sebo. It's a pleasure having you on Inside the Real Estate.
The pleasure is all mine, sir.
I hope when I want to buy a plot of land from you, you're going to remove 10% from me.
Oh no, with you there's no percentage even.
Oh,
I can try and cut that deal for you.
I will look forward to doing business with you.
Absolutely. I can't wait. Thank you, sir, for your time.
It's a pleasure. This is where we call it wraps on Inside the Real Estate. Follow us on all our social media handles. Like, share, and subscribe. And also download our application, Housing TV Africa, on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Till we come your way, same time next week, I'm your host, Raymond Ken Mbata. Bye for now.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcast.